Welcome to Project Pro Code Recipes. In this video, we are going to learn on how to deal with missing values in time series in Python. So this is my code snippet over here. I have copied this code and I have pasted that in my Jupyter notebook. I'll explain to you the code over here as well as run this for you. So let's get started. Now first of all, what is time series? Basically, we are very familiar with clustering type of data sets, regression type of data set, classification. There's one more time series in which we basically try to see or try to observe the change of a target X with respect to time. Now consider example of we are observing sales of an ice cream store. The sales are we know that the sales are going to shoot up during the summers as compared to the winters. Now let's try to deep dive into the summers. The sales are going to soar up during the afternoon hours, as well as because at that time the sun is scorching heat, and it's a time of school dismissal for the kids too. So this is what basically we try to analyze in time series. Now apart from that, over here we are going to see on how to deal with the missing values. So in general regression and classification type of data sets, we deal with during dealing with the missing values, we use we use mean, mode, and group by functions. We deal them with using pivot tables. Over here we deal them differently. So in this video we are going to learn all those different techniques. So import warnings. Now I filtered warnings using ignore. I've imported pandas as PD. Import numpy as NP. Now I'm creating a pandas date range. So I need to pass the starting date, then the period 5. That is the number of periods, number of uh, data points that I want to produce. Frequency is equal to M. That is the change in the frequency should be from month. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This may be my changing frequencies. I have saved that under the name time underscore index. Now I'm creating a data frame pd.dataframe index is equal to time index. Print df. Now I'm adding a new column df sales. So 1, 2, and these are two nan values, np.nan, np.nan, as these are numpy values, numpy nan values. So np.nan 5.0. Now print df. So now let us see this. So this is how my initial data frame looks like. Now after that, one method is interpolation. So there are basically interpolation, extrapolation. I don't know whether you have heard of it or not. So extrapolation is a method in which you fill the values, in which you fill the different values using in which you fill the outside values of a data point. For example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you want to after that, after till the 5 values, all those upcoming values till 8 are nan. Now you want to fill them. So in those cases you are going to do extrapolation, whereas interpolation is used to fill inside of the nan values. So what interpolation does, it picks up the values and tries to draw a line through them. So basically it tries to fit a line through those values, and then it tries to place, then it places the empty nan value in between the both and picks up the best value that suits for your nan value. Apart from this, you can also use polynomial regression in order to fill these values. So what polynomial regression does, it tries to fit whereas interpolation works on fitting a linear line, where polynomial regression basically tries to fit a polynomial model on those data points and then tries to predict values for your nan values. Now another method is df.ffill. So forward fill, basically it uses the initial the value that is for. Now consider an example in which you want to fill a value for index 2. So what forward fill will do, it will use the value of index 1 to fill the upcoming value of index 2, whereas backward fill will use the value of index 3 to fill the value of index 2. So first let's see the output. Now you can see how this is how interpolation works. So 1, 2, then there were 2 nan values, then 5. So it fit a line through this. So we can clearly guess that the line must be y equal to x. So what it did, it predicted the value to be 1, then 2, then it predicted the last value to be 3. So it thought the upcoming two values should be 3 and 4. So you can see it filled those with 3 and 4. Now in forward fill method, for the second index, it used 2.0 as it was forward fill. For the fourth index itself, it again used the value of 3, that was 2. In backward fill, it filled that value with 5.0 as it used the index of 5, the index of 4 first to fill the value of 4, sorry, to fill the value of 3, then it filled the value of 2 with index with the value of 5. Now I can specifically select on how many values I want to fill. So df dot interpolate limit is equal to 1, that is I want to do only one step interpolation. Limit direction is equal to forward. So limit direction is equal to forward means it is going to move in the forward, it is going to interpolate in the forward direction. So df dot interpolate, now limit is equal to 2, in the second one limit is equal to 2, limit direction is equal to forward. So it is going to fill the two upcoming two values in interpolation. So as we use interpolation, it is going to fill the value in the same manner. So it filled the value with 3 as expected, but since we use limit direction limit to be 1, it filled only one value, whereas in this one it filled all the 3 and 4, all the two values, as we use limit to be 2. Now if I switch that to backward, so you can see if I switch that to backward, it is going to now fill from the backward side. So it will fill, so it filled 4 as expected, as we were using interpolation. It filled the same value, it filled that with the same value as it did in the very first, where we did not pass any parameter of interpolation. So if you do not pass any parameter of interpolation, it is going to fill all the values, whereas if you specifically want to fill some values, you can use these parameters. Now this was all about codes in this video. For more code recipes like this, you can visit our website, and for more code and also our YouTube channel. You can also get some relevant projects, industry based relevant projects, by coming to our website. You can use this click here function to submit your request for customized recipe in case you don't find it on our website. Now this was all in this video, and the URL for the code of this video is available in the description below.